Man. Well, we'll talk about it after class. Man, today's class we're going to go over how to avoid a toxic relationship, right? Which is like, is what you know, I see that I all throughout and every social media, like all throughout, in every platform on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, on every little thing. Like everybody talking about toxic relationship and this and that, and you know, some people like a toxic relationship, other people hate it, so I mean, really I don't know what the what to like about it, because I mean, I don't know if you young, right? I'm pretty sure everybody's been in one of those relationships, right? Where it's toxic, where it's like, like dang, like, and then once you get out of it, it's like, dang, like this shit, it's like that. This is not really what not what a real relationship should be like, right? Especially when you get a sister that's in the truth or growing in the truth, right? It's like, man, this shit, and you guys are both coming into the truth, and she's with it. It's like it's a lot different. It's a whole different alley, you know. And that's the thing though. Like to avoid one, first thing you gotta do is get you a sister that fears the Most High, man. That's the first thing you want to know. Is you want to see actually give me the book of Tobit, right? Tobit 4 and 12. You know which one, right? All right, we'll start right there first. All right, I'm going to the book of Tobit 4 and 12, right? Because not only is avoiding a toxic relationship, because this is what some brothers in the world do, right? To avoid a toxic relationship, I remember hearing from this one brother, this one Jay, right? He ain't here no more. He used to come to the school, but he gone now. And he was telling me, he was asking me how, yo, let me ask you something. Are Mexican women the same way too? I was like, what you talking about? He was like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, cause in as a, like, Judites, Judite women are so loud and obnoxious and this and that, and it's like I still don't understand what you're talking about. Like really, what he was trying to get down to is that, are all women the same as Judites, which I still don't. I to this day I still don't understand what he's trying to say. But if I could guess, I think he's dealt with so many Judite sisters where he wants to go and he wants to know what's up with with the Israelites. I was like, it's gonna be the same thing. It's a sister, it's a woman. You always gonna deal with them the same way, right? You always gonna. The thing is that brothers want to escape, you know, a loudmouth, right? Or escape. What's really the issue? The issue is that she black. That's really what they go into, right? And that's why sometimes brothers go to other nations, right, outside of their race, right, outside of their family, and get themselves a what, an Asian woman or a white woman, right? They get themselves a Filipino, right? You heard of that, right? It's because she half Mexican, she half Filipino, or a Samoan, or all these other nations, right? But their own sister. Why? Because of the stigma and the of what society has put in into our people, that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man, they don't do this, they don't do that. You gotta get yourself this and that, because you don't hear none of that in their nations, But you hear all that in because this is what I hear, right? For me, I hear a lot of Latinas are toxic. That's what I hear, right? Because I'm around. That's all I see around my my environment. My what I'm looking at, right? And it's like all Latinas. Latinas are like known for being toxic or this, and that. And if she's not like this, then she don't love you. If she doesn't, if she's not blowing you up every 5 minutes, then she ain't loving you because that's the characteristic of a Latina. That's how she shows you love by being toxic. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm seeing, and that's wrong. That's all the way wrong. Give me that real quick.
Answer that. The book of Tobit, chapter 4, verse 12. Beware of all whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers.
Right. First part, right? First thing you gotta hear, right? And you gotta pay attention to is what did it say?
Beware of all whoredom.
Beware of all whoredom. Right? First thing you gotta understand, man. You can't what did Drake say? You can't be 50-50 with no hoe. Right? Like you can't turn you can't be Captain Sabo. You can't think that this woman, you can't try and help a woman that doesn't want to be helped. Right? Especially this, like, is she over here? Is she for the streets, as they say, right? Don't try to force her, don't try to change, or don't think that you're gonna make something out of that. Right? There's brothers out there that think like that. There's brothers out there that think that because she looks bad, right? Because you're lusting after her, right? You think that you can help her. You cannot. You can never. Beware of what?
All whoredom.
All whoredom. Keep going.
My son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers.
And chiefly take a seed of thy fathers, right? What does that mean?
Only deal with your nation.
Only deal with your nation, right? Who's your fathers? Keep going.
Okay. And take not a strange woman to wife.
Right, and take not a strange woman to wife. What's a strange woman?
Anyone that's not Israelite.
Is a white woman, right? What? A Polynesian, right? An Asian, right? Anything that's not Black, Hispanic, and Native American, right? That's a what? A stranger, right? That's a stranger. Why? Because it's not the seed of thy fathers. Keep going.
Come. Which is not of thy father's tribe.
Right, of thy father's tribe. Keep going.
For we are the children of the prophets.
Right, we are children of the prophets. Right, we are pure, holy. Right? How you gonna want to mix, this holy, this clean, right? This clean family and trying to mingle with what? With spittle. How you gonna mix, spittle with holy? That does not sound right. Go ahead.
If I can real quick, sir, like people seem to understand it. Like people breed dogs. You're not gonna put a red nose pit with a blue nose pit.
Right.
Like you're dilute the line. Same thing. You're like a dog of the Gotti line. You're not gonna mix with anything else.
Right. Go ahead.
And what he said, it makes them less valuable. That's why everybody wants to say purebred.
That's the thing, right? That's why they always ask like for the paperwork.
Right.
That's something a brother was telling me about. The paperwork is really what counts. Your bloodline is what counts. Right? Your bloodline is really what counts. It doesn't matter about, they're all dogs. Nah. It doesn't matter if one's rarer than the other, right? If one's purer than the other, one's more basically rooted into that breed than the other. If this dog look like, he got like 30 different mix, he look like a Frankenstein, it's not gonna, they wouldn't want that. You know, ain't nobody wants something like that, right? That's why people pay a lot of money for certain dogs. It's crazy though. I seen, like I guess they paying $10,000, $10,000. I like $10,000, $5,000 the least, but it's like thousands and thousands of dollars for this. And that's the thing. That's how the Most High sees you. You know, pure. You're like royalty. That's the thing. Royalty runs through your veins, but yet you wanna mix it, or you wanna give up your royalty or your seat for spittle, for a drop of a bucket, for dung, you know, for a pile of nothing, right? Which really is not, you don't benefit nothing off of that, right? You think you're benefiting off of it because you're not gonna fight, or you're not gonna, but there's this I think it's a brother, I believe it's a brother. But this, I mean, Asians, oh my god, man. Like it. This is one. It's like that's the thing is I've been seeing. It's like a lot of couples, doing videos and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure y'all seen them, right? Couples of relationships, and people like mirror their relationships with those, and they start making other videos, and that's how all these trends start going, right? And really, don't look at these couples like that's the world, really. Let the world have their world. But when it comes to serving the Most High, there's a way to maintain your relationship strong. They're man, they you think they happy? Nah, they not. You don't know what happens when these cameras are off. You don't know how what they be going through, right? Same thing here, right? The thing you want to do is fear the Most High, and that's how you would actually give me. Is there any more on that?
Counsel.
Keep going.
For we are the prophets of the. Sorry, we are the children of the prophets. Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Right, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and these names, those names that we just read about, right? They're written all throughout this Bible, man. Imagine that. All throughout this Bible, right? And you, right, coming out of that lineage, out of these seed, that seed, it just puts like, I don't even know how to explain it. It just puts like a stamp on it. It's like, you part of this family, right? Even, that woman, right, from Samaria, right, that was talking to Yahushua, was like, ah, damn, it's like, I don't even know why you speaking to me. Like, I know the Jews don't even speak to other nations. Like, why is he speaking to me? Like, and that's how it is. That's how we walk. But yet, because of America and in society, we devalue, we like lower our standards. That's really what happened. We lowered our standards, and we got something filthy to be a part of this body. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. And furthermore, teach your children about that. Right? Teach your children to not get a woman outside of your race. Right? Teach them about how to love their race. Right? Like, do that dog experiment if you need to. Teach them about that dog experiment. Teach them how the black dog is beautiful and that white dog is ugly. Why? Because if you don't, guess what? The schools will. The schools will teach you. I mean, I was watching a movie, right? It's called Walk Out. I don't know if you heard of it, right? Walk Out. In California, I guess there was a big old movement on schools where the students couldn't speak Spanish. They couldn't speak no Spanish, and not only that, but there were a few other things that they were dealing with, which was racial issues in the school, and the students were fed up. So what they ended up doing is they walked out. They all walked out. They all organized. They all got organized and they walked out. Why? Because they understood that what? That they are valuable, right? That they matter. They understood that that this school won't run without them.
Right.
So what they ended up doing is they put a stamp on it, basically, that we're not gonna continue coming to these schools if you keep on treating us the same way you treat us, right? If you keep on belittling us,
Right.
right? That's the same thing, man. You cannot, you gotta teach your children to not what? To, man, embrace who you are. I mean, you were Israelite. I mean, what did we just read? Out of what seed?
Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Man, these brothers are written in the book of life, man. Like these brothers have, it's history to the point where it's like we still talking about them to this day, right? And who did they choose? They chose their own. They chose, out of their own family. Women out of their own family. They didn't go to what? Other nations. They didn't go to the what? To all these other nations. Why? Because they thought, they were more beautiful. Nah, hell no. You know who made that mistake? Was on
Is it Solomon?
Solomon. Solomon made that mistake. And why? How did he? What was the mistake that he did? Well, actually, give me the precept, right? I believe in First Kings or Second Kings. I believe it's the Second Kings. Go ahead.
First Kings 11.
Con. First Kings 11 and 1. Con.
Look at 1 Kings chapter 11 verse 1. But King Solomon loved many strange women.
Many what?
Strange women.
Right. Same women that we weren't supposed to what? Join ourselves to be aware of and to stay away from these strange women. Right? Keep going.
Together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, Hittites, of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go into them.
You shall what?
Not go into them.
Go ahead.
Neither shall they come in unto you.
Go ahead.
For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods.
Keep going.
But Solomon clave unto these in love.
Right. That's the thing, man. Like you ever see a brother argue with you in the street, and you over here telling them, man, you black man, you strong, basically encouraging them, right? Giving, like, boasting them up, and it's like, and they turn around and they turn around and they get mad at you for that, and get mad at you for telling them that what you need to stay away from these white women, and you already see their face reaction. Like first they're all like, yeah, yeah, boom, like, hey, clapping and everything, right? But then after you start what shaming the other nations, right? It's like it's a whole wait, hold up, not white women. You can't do that to white women. You can't do that to Amber Geiger. No, you can't. No, you can't do that to her. You can't, you can't do that to, give me another one. Basically, you can't do these to these other nations, man. Like, not to them, right? Why? Because we're all what? We're all family. We're all brothers. We all bleed red. We're all, we're all one. We all have one heart, right? Or what do they quote? For God so loved the world, right? and they want to keep that white woman. That's really who they're really protecting, that white woman, right? Same thing, King Khan was protecting, right? That white woman, right? But that white woman didn't even like him,
Right.
right? That white woman did. She was scared of him, And it's the same thing. That's the same thing that you're gonna find out, if you cleave onto these, other nations. That these nations don't give a damn about you. If shit were to hit the fan, they would rather join with their own and leave you to the side. They wouldn't give a damn about you. They're not gonna care about you. But guess what? Your people will, right? Your people will. Why? Because we all we have, and we've been in the mud for we've been struggling for so long. I mean, who else can understand our pain? You think a white woman can understand what racism feels like? I don't know. White woman can never understand the pain that you feel when their parents make a smart, you know, a funny joke, a racist joke, and it's like it's nothing. Why? Because she grew up like that. She's heard it, and you shouldn't get mad because if you love me, you know, you would be okay with that, right? But really, that's a toxic relationship that you're about to get into, right? Is that back and forth, getting called a what? A nigga, a spit, a wetback, an Indian, a savage, right? Why? Because you chose that other woman. You chose another nation, right? You chose this other nation, and now that's what you got to deal with. Why? Because the lust of your eyes, the lust of thy mind of the flesh, thinking that woman is more beautiful, more fair than a black woman, than a sister, than a Mexican, than a Latina. That Latina that be yelling, that be arguing with you, right? The thing is that the reason why she's like that is because she doesn't have a father to teach her right from wrong. Why don't you teach her, man? Correct her. That's the problem. Some men don't want to correct a woman. That's the issue, right? Give me Corinthians. You know what I want, right? In Corinthians, the head of the woman, right? The structure, right? And that's for you women too, man. And if you could give me where Christ said, wives, I believe it's in Luke. Submit yourselves. I'll look for it.
I think you're talking about. I think you're talking about Ephesians.
Ephesians, I believe. It's two of them. That's why. Con.
I got 1 Corinthians 11.
Con, go ahead.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
That the head of every man is Christ. Go ahead.
And the head of the woman is the man.
Is the what?
Is the man.
Is the what?
Is the man.
Is the man. Right? Understand this. First, for you sisters, right? If you want to get yourself a good husband, a good man, which most of you, over here complaining about, ain't no good men out there, this and that, right? First of all, you gotta learn how to shut your mouth. That's the first thing you gotta learn how to do, right? You gotta learn how to obey, how to listen, and not only that, listen to your husband rather than your friends, right? You think women intuition is like everything. They think women intuition, man. I should have listened to, my woman. Oh man, I don't even understand that. But yet they think that they know something, right? They think that they know when they think they know so much, right? They think they know what's good and what's best for them, but yet they don't listen to Salaki, man. You know what? Never mind. Give me. Keep going.
Come. And the head of Christ is God.
And the head of what?
And the head of Christ is God.
Right. If you follow this structure, right? If you follow this structure, keep going.
Verse 4. Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head.
You can stop right there, right? The head of every man is Christ, right? The head of the woman is what? The man, right? First thing for the woman, first thing you gotta understand is your man is in charge of you, right? The man is above you, not no 50-50 or not no, not let me check with my wife type shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like there's brothers out there like that, right? And I'm saying this for the brothers, right, that think like that think that they have to ask for what? Permission. So what? You gotta check in with your wife the whole time. She, it's like there's just men out there like that. I remember this brother once told me, it's like, I gotta ask, because I forgot what he said. He said something like in the sense that, it's because, the women, and the women are the one in charge or something like that. I had to stop. I was like, hold up, wait, not over here, not over here. And he looked at me. He was like, nah, but really they are, And I remember a clip from Martin, right, where he talks about how, the man is this and that, and then behind closed doors is like, Tina's about to walk out, and he's like, nah, baby, please, nah, you win. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's like brothers really think that, a woman has so much power, especially if she threatens to leave, right? Brothers are afraid for the women to leave. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? Like, some brothers are so afraid for the women to leave. It's like they can't. It's like they go into depression. Some brothers start drinking. Some brothers start, going to strip clubs. Some brothers start doing, fall into all sorts of temptation or all sorts of, wickedness just because one female left them. It's like their whole world is crumbled up, and especially if you got kids with her, it's like she threatens you with them kids. It's like you like you just really, you fall for anything. Anything she tells you, you're gonna have you feel like you need to do it. Why? Because she's threatening you with them kids, right? But don't actually give me what do you got?
I got Ephesians 5:22.
Go ahead.
All right, look at Ephesians chapter 5:22. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife.
For the what?
For the husband is the head of the wife.
Right. For the husband is the head of the wife. Right?
Keep going.
Keep going.
Even as Christ is the head of the church, and he is the savior of the body. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything.
Read that again from the top.
Okay, verse 24. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything.
Right. So be like unto their husbands in everything. Right. Submit yourselves unto your own husbands, man. You wives, if you really think you following Christ, and that's another thing. I remember this one comedian told me, was talking about how the pastor has to eat before her husband. Like, it's like, it's like, man, like, she making all this food, and it's like he wants to eat, And it's like, and then she smacks his hand. It's like, nah, that's for the pastor or that's for the church, right? And it's like, man, like really, like what's up with that? You know, if you really loved, you know, if you go to church, right, like you say you do, right? If you go to church, you Christians, right, and you say you love Christ, why don't you love your husband, right? Your husband, the head of what? What did we read first? We read that the head of the man is Christ, right? And the head of the woman is what? The man. Like the man should go before the woman, right? And not your pastor. Your pastor is your pastor your husband? No, your pastor is not your husband. But guess what? So many women believe that they following Christ, or it's like they'll oppress their husbands while they're still going to church. It's like they how I explain this. You understand what I'm saying? Like they'll go to church, they'll do all this, you know, singing and dancing, you know, praising, you know, go up to the confession, you know, stand and do all this and that, right? Pay tithes, and yet and still will fight with their husbands about, you know, little shits, like little things that they shouldn't be doing, right? Little, like, you know, not for instance, man, I'm trying to find the scripture real quick, right? Read that again, Razan.
Ephesians chapter 5, verse 24. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, let the wives be to their own husbands in everything. Let me start from 22, sir.
Yeah, read from the top.
Verse 22. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church, and he is the same body. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let the wives be unto their own husbands in everything.
Con, Sly, give me Ecclesiasticus 26 and start at verse 22.
Now, come on. Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 6, chapter 26, verse 22. And harlot shall be accounted as spittle.
What's a harlot?
Whore.
A whore. Come, right? Beware of all whoredom, and a harlot shall be counted as what?
As spittle.
Right. Same thing with that other nations, right? Just like a heathen. That's what that whore is, right? That woman that you want to join with, right? That harlot, she'll be counted as spittle, right? Keep going.
Come on. But a married woman is a tower against death to her husband.
Right. Keep going.
Come on. Verse 23. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man.
A what?
A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man.
All right. That's another way to avoid a toxic relationship. Right? Read that one more time.
Come on. Verse 23. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man.
Right. Keep going.
But a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord.
One more time. Read that last part.
Come on. But a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord.
Right. A godly woman, right? You want a good woman, right? You want a good woman. The way you get a good woman is you obey the Most High. If you obey the Most High, right? Some of you have to learn that the hard way. Some of you just you know, think that, you know, whatever comes across you is like, you know, you gotta chase that. You know, first of all, first thing you gotta do, man, is clean up your house, man. Make sure you right? Make sure you right. You one accord. You one with the Most High, man. Right? Make sure you doing the tasks, the things that you're supposed to be doing as a man, right? How you gonna get into how you gonna get into a relationship, right? That you just got out of, right? Your woman left you, and then you over here trying to get yourself. You thinking you gonna get yourself a better woman? You know, oh, you know, I'm gonna get myself a better woman. This, and that. When really you haven't worked on yourself. Really, you haven't done the things that you needed to do to serve the Most High. Really, you're not giving up pork. You're not giving up that weed. You're not giving up the cigarettes. You're not giving up the celebrating these, you know, these holidays. You're not changing, right? You're not changing. Therefore, you're gonna run into the same mistakes that you made. You're gonna keep on doing. You're gonna keep on committing. You're gonna basically be fighting the same battles the same every day. Why? Because of the same mistakes that you keep on doing, and you're not changing. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, right? You want to do what you think is right. You think that you really think that you're gonna get yourself a woman by your judgment. You have poor judgment. How do you know that? Because look at what you just got out of. You think you have good judgment? I mean, no, you don't got good judgment because look at what you were struggling with, and now you think you're gonna do something better.
Right.
Nah, it doesn't work like that. You gotta first things first, right? First things first. Pay your tithes. Start there. All right, pay your tithes. Get in class, right? Get dressed in all black. Do your 90 days. Start there, right? Start right there. And then you'll see the progress. You'll see what you get, right? You'll see. I mean, for brothers who've been in here, right? Brothers who left the world and came in here, they'll see, right? Let them speak, right? Because honestly, like you trying to go into the world and get yourself a woman in the world. That woman, if that woman loves the world, it's gonna be hard for her to flip her into serving the Most High, right? If she friends of the world, you are what? You are enemy unto the Most High, right? Like if you a friend of the world, you are enemy to the Most High. And guess what? You can't get with this woman because she gonna be a what? An enemy unto you. She gonna see you as an enemy. She gonna do something dirty, when you least expect it.
Right.
And then that's how you gonna get into that toxic relationship. You're gonna go back to that same way. Why? Because you're not changing that. If you don't change, if you don't do a change, then you gonna keep on falling into the same routine. You're gonna go into that wicked. Read that first part again on 23.
Sir. Verse 23, a wicked woman is given as a portion.
As a what?
As a portion.
As a what?
As a portion.
Keep going.
To a wicked man.
Right. That's your reward, man. That's your reward. Your reward is you want to be wicked, right? And you want to be in the world, right? Then you're going to get yourself a wicked woman. You're going to get headaches. You're going to get what? Death. That's what you're going to get. You're going to get death. A painful suffering, sleepless nights, basically, what was that? You're gonna get a dragon. That's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a dragon. You're gonna get a dragon. You're gonna get a scorpion in your hand. You're gonna be holding that scorpion in your hand every day, everywhere you walk. It's like everywhere, everyone's gonna see it too. That's the thing. Everybody's gonna see it. It's like, it's like, it's funny because everybody's gonna see it. Everybody's gonna be like, "Damn, what's up with you?" And everybody's gonna be laughing, and it's gonna be true too. Everybody's gonna be making funny remarks. It's like, "Oh, it's because it's because of your girl, huh?" And then it's gonna be like, you're gonna be looking at yourself. It's like, nah, because you don't want that to affect your ego. So you're gonna be like, nah. But really, deep down, it's true.
Right.
It's true. Your woman is what is destroying you. She's making what? She's making your hands weak. She's like a yoke of iron on you, man. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say this. He wasn't brother. He was a Edomite, but the situation with him was so funny was that he had married a sister, Israelite sister, but she forced him into marriage.
She forced him.
She told him her parents are coming up from Mexico, and you're going to marry me when they get up here.
Wow.
And then we'd be at work. We'd be sitting there going over what's going to be done for the next day for work. She'll call him and say, I can hear her on the phone say, "Oh, this is such not done at home. Need you go over here right now and do it." He'd be like, "Well, I'm at work." She's like, "Well, I need it done now." So he'll just pick up his stuff. I was like, "Why got that whip on you, don't she?" He's like, "No, I run my relationship." I was like, "Nah." Like, I felt embarrassed for him. I was like,
right. That's another thing too. They call it what? Slagging from my language, but they call it pussy whoop. Right. Growing up, that's all I've ever heard is brothers calling, "Oh, you this whoop," right? You whooped, right? And it's like it's an insult to him. It's really a way to check a brother, right? But the brother is like, he's heard it so many times. It's nothing new, right? It's like it's a part of being in a relationship, right? That's how he thinks, right? The brother thinks that hearing that and it's like, now he has to deny it, which, really is true because of what he's seen growing up and what he sees around him. He feels like, man, it's all good. It's called love, right? That's how they see it, right? They think it's called love. Really, that's not love. That toxic relationship that you instead of the woman being submissive to the man is being more submissive to the woman. Go ahead, Pride.
Like that's where that statement or that saying, happy wife, happy life comes from.
No, man.
Because everything is about pleasing the woman. Like, where's the happy husband at? You know what I'm saying? Like the happy husband is only, you can only be happy as long as your wife's happy. As soon as she don't like something, the world's over. You know what I'm saying? And that's what like American society, like Western society, Western culture has put on us as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to where, masculinity is toxic. You can't be masculine. You gotta let your woman rule over you. That's the point.
That's the thing though. Like that, like everything that you said, that's the world. That's the way the world views a relationship.
Yeah.
That's the world. That's the way the world views life.
Right.
Is masculine, like that's the thing. It's like, you know what? I'll say it. Give me Proverbs 14:1, right? Proverbs 14:1, right? Because the thing is I'm tired of seeing brothers go through the same issue, right? And it's like throughout the whole year, or however 6 year or whatever, however many years of a relationship, it's like you still don't learn with that same woman.
Right.
Because I would say, like, you still haven't, you guys still haven't fixed your issues. You guys are, what do they call it? An on and off relationship,
yeah.
right? they call it a toxic relationship, on and off relationship. It's really the same thing, but anything that's real love, go ahead.
Now, look at Proverbs chapter 14, verse 1. Every wise woman,
What?
every wise woman
Right.
buildeth her house.
Right. Buildeth her house.
But the foolish plucketh it down with her hands.
But the foolish plucketh it down with her hands. Man, oh man. Every wise woman buildeth her house, right? For you sisters out there, right? That you wanna have wanna be in a good relationship, wanna grow in a relationship. Understand this. Stop destroying your house. Stop talking bad about your husband to your friends. Start there. Like you destroy your house. You a fool, and you're destroying your house because of what you go and put on Facebook. You know, such and such did this. How do I, or they'll put a little I forget what they call it, but it's like a voting thing, right? Where it's like, it's what it's called? A poll. That's what it's called, a poll, right? They'll put a poll on to see what other men really. That's really what it's for.
Right.
She a woman, and everybody that's following her is nothing but men, right? And she goes and puts a post and sees, should I stay? Should I leave him or should I stay with him? What do you guess? Everybody gonna say what, leave? Why? Because they wanna get in her guts, right? They wanna lay with her. They wanna take her, right? But ain't nobody. That's not the way to fix your relationship. Like that's how you destroy your relationship. That's how you destroy what? Your house. That's how you destroy your house, right? You pluck your house by these little things that you do. Mom, such and such, we got into a big fight. This, and that happened. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, what did I tell you? Boom, boom, boom. I told you this, and that. Go ahead.
I can't do it. I guess a good example for this is just to show the Boondocks, where the granddad was dating this chick, and every advice she would get from her friend. So the friend is telling her at the end, is like, "Well, girl, if you let me, I just kill myself." So she does. And the friend on the phone like, "But you stronger than me. I could never do that."
Oh man, I'm trying to think about what that.
I know.
I don't know which one. But anyways, con, right? It's like that's another thing they always say too, right? If you leave, I'm gonna do this, right? It's like they threaten themselves, right? Like they're gonna do something, or if you really love me, you wouldn't do this. That's really what a woman always says, right? Men don't really say that. Man, I rarely hear a man say something like that. And if you do, it's like you gay for that, right? If you love me, you do this. If you love me, you do that, right? And the man is like, well, I love you, so now I have to do it, which is dumb. Like, you losing every single time. Like, you losing every single time, and it's really because you're not fixing yourself. You're not listening to the Most High. You rather listen to a box. You rather listen to a dragon than to the Most High. How wicked is that? You'll rather listen to your woman saying it's for the kids. It's for the kids every single time a holiday comes, right? But won't listen to the Most High telling you that this is a wicked thing that you're doing. All right, you guys belong together. You guys belong together, right? And you don't. Go ahead, Parag.
Oh no, I was just gonna say what the brother was the episode the brother was talking about. The whole point is like these women will be telling their friends to do things that they wouldn't even do. You know what I'm saying? Like they wouldn't even do these things that they tell their girlfriends to do, because the whole point is like these sisters, when they get together and they get to talking about, like, oh, my man ain't this, or your man ain't that, or oh, you should leave that man. They don't really feel that way. They're jealous. Like that's what a lot of these women are. They're jealous, and they wouldn't do half of the things that they tell you to do. Like the same thing they telling you to do with your man, and run all over him, this, that, and the third. She go home and she's face down in the pillow. You know what I'm saying, with her man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's so. Point being is it's all wicked counsel.
Right.
I mean, sisters should stay away from counsel like that.
Right. That's why. That's why it's dumb to even look at to idolize these artists and what they sing about and what they talk about in these songs. Right. I seen this one sister talking about she was part of the WAP dance in the music video. And she was talking about how, she tells her friends that, we gonna get this money, and I like, doing what I'm doing, basically being a hoe, because it makes me feel good, and this and that, and it's like women really look at other women, and then Cardi B, she's just like she has a face where it's like she's trying to smile, trying to support her, but at the same time, in her head, she's like, "You stupid," because look at what she got at home, right? Look, same thing with what's her name, Beyonce, right? But what did Jay-Z do? Did she leave him? Did she say, to the left, everything that you have to the left, right? But yeah, women, they hear that song and it's like. And they hear what she's singing about and all this and that, and now women actually go and do it. But she submits herself unto her own husband, right? But you foolish, you women, you simple women, you what?
Foolish women. It's like, what's that from again?
Con.
Proverbs 14:1. Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands.
Plucketh it down with her hands, right? You foolish woman, man, you pluck down your house. You pluck down, you destroy your husband, man. You destroy your husband, and you don't. That's why none of your relationship ever lasts. That's why you have 5 different baby daddies, right? That's why you're destroyed, right? And some of you, man, sometimes you got to look at these females and understand that these females have gone through some things too. As a child, they've gone through so many things, and really they haven't gotten the help that they deserve or that they need, really, right? They need help, right? The reason why she emotional and all these, she has so many problems, so many demons, because of what she's gone through, right? And some of you men just look at what she has and it's like, oh man, I gotta, boom, 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 right? But really, they don't really try to fix those issues. They don't try to really build that woman up to what she needs, to where they want her to be, right? They just think it's all about it's like lust of the eyes. Really, that's all it really is to them, right? Give me where Christ said that, right?
Talking about if you look upon a woman,
yeah, you have committed sin, right?
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 28. But I say unto you that whoso, it's like, I'll start at verse 27. So like verse 27. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not commit adultery.
Right.
But I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her, have committed adultery with her already in his heart.
Right. Why can't you look at another woman? Right. First of all, I mean, we all men, right? Y'all have eyes. Y'all see, right? But why can't you look at a woman, right? What is this talking about? First of all, what is Christ talking about? Go ahead.
If the woman is married,
The woman is married, right? Because what did it start? What did he start with, off with?
committed adultery.
Committed adultery, right? Now, if you commit adultery when you lust after another woman with your what?
With your eyes.
With your eyes, right? You can't look at another brother's, woman, right? That's what I love about the ISUPK. The ISUPK has what we like what would you call it, right? We have morals, right? We have morals, we have standards, and we have we have order in here, right? There's certain things that we wouldn't do in here that brothers in the world do, right? Brothers in the world don't give a damn whether you have a man or not, right? They don't give a damn. They'll go straight to the point, right? They know they end the conversation straight with basically how they go from A to how to get to the bed. That's all. That's all their conversation is, how to get there. Right? That's the end of their destination. It's just the bed. That's it. Right? It's not, do you have a man? Are you married? Slaki, excuse me, nothing like that. Is straight to the point. Right? Which that is wrong. First of all, it shows that you have no brotherhood. That's the first thing. You have no brotherhood. You have no concern for your brother, right? Second is you don't respect this woman, right? And some of you sisters need to understand that too, right? That this man don't respect you, right? Because he's not he ain't giving he's not trying to the brother is basically not checking or trying to doesn't have respect for you, right? Especially if you don't ask, are you married, right? Go ahead.
So like I was gonna say, that's a good thing too. Like that whole process is good because if you look on every woman like she might be married, you won't look at that woman like she's a piece of meat. You know what I'm saying? Like so many brothers in the world, but you look at her like, she's pretty as hell. Let me check her out. Let me see if she has a man. But once you find out she has a man, that's it. You know what I'm saying? But what you won't do prior to that is, look at her like, damn, look at that body, this, that, and third.
Right.
It's possible. Before you've asked her if she has a man, you don't know if she has a man or not. So,
right. And that's the thing, that you got to end the conversation with, as soon as you hear yes, it's like, all right, shalom.
Right.
You gotta end the conversation. Some brothers keep it going, like, well, they basically instigate the how your guys' relationship type shit, trying to plan on that. Like that's an evil thing to do, man. That's an evil thing to do, right? Give me a second. Second. Man. Right, because another thing too, you don't want to end up like like Will Smith, man. You don't want to end up like Will Smith. Will Smith look like he's fighting. You look like what that sister say, all my life I had to fight. That's how you look like he's struggling, like you don't even sleep, man. Like that's you should look at that as an example, and it's like, I do not want to have that, right? And how do you avoid that? Like you said, man, come to class. Come to class. You'll learn. In here, you'll learn. You need some tools. That's the thing, that you don't have tools, right, on how to find that woman, right? Because all the world has is nothing but looks. I mean, you got the internet, my God. You got porn, you got all that. On top of that, you got your uncles, you got your friends. Your friends don't really give a damn. Your friends, what's the first thing they even ask? Oh, how she look, right? Isn't that the first question they always ask? How she look? You know, it's like, your president, all types of, right? How she look, this and that, where she from, like, like stuff like that, like, and it's all these things that don't that ain't gonna help you out. None of that's gonna help you. But really, what you really want to look for is her spirit.
Right.
Where is her spirit at? Because I mean, every woman, you're gonna have a battle with them, right? You're always gonna be fighting with your woman, right? Give me where let the sun not go down, right? You know what's wrong. And then so yeah, just get that real quick, right? But in every relationship, you're always gonna fight. The thing is that you want to look for the relationship. You want to look for the woman where you're not gonna fight as much as a woman who's strung out on pills, a woman who got two baby daddies, you know, a woman who got issues with hating her father, right? Like those battles are like something else, right? That woman that's friends with her mother, and her mother is like everything, which is a good thing, right? But not if she a wicked woman, right? Not if she left her husband, has a husband on child support and all this and that, right? Like you gotta look at every little thing, at the mother, the relationship with her and her father. You gotta look at every little thing. What is she, what skills does she have? Does she have any skills? So can she cook? Can she clean? You know, these little things, you gotta weigh them out. You gotta figure out whether she's good to have as a wife, or is she, or you gonna be battling with her too much. You're gonna be fighting with her too much. Can you both grow in this truth? Or is she gonna weigh you down and drag you away from this truth? You gotta look at it like that, because if not, man, then if the odds are, with her, meaning, she's stronger, then you need more work. You need to build yourself up more, right? Because that's really not something that you want to deal with, right? Go ahead.
It's the book of the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, and verse 26. Be ye angry and sin not.
Be ye angry and sin not. What's one way that brothers sin or sisters sin, right? Either or, when they get into arguments. What's one way they sin? Go ahead.
A lot of sisters, when they get in arguments with their man, they go out and have sex with another man out of spite.
Right. That's one of them, right? What's another one? Right. Give me also if you Razan, if you could look for I believe it's boasted of the tongue, or how's it the bridle of the tongue, right? You know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Con. But that's one way the that they sin, right? Is hitting up that guy that's a friend, right? That longtime friend, right? That one that she calls and said, the one that she's been her friend for years and whatnot, right? Like she goes and calls him, and then he gives, she he gives her, all this advice, and tells her how, you're better than that, you deserve better, this and that. And as he's telling her that, he's basically slogging for my language, but digging her down, pipe, giving her pipe, like he, and that's one way that she sins, right? What's one way that the man sins? Go ahead.
A lot of times, weak brothers, they put their hands on that woman.
They'll put their hands on a woman, right? An emotional brother, a brother that's not in control of his own emotions. You're right. He puts hands on her, right? Now what are you doing? You in jail. Why? Because you beat her up, right? Not only that, but she over here calling her 7 brothers and uncles, and now you getting beat up, right? Or sometimes even those, like I've heard stories of, and sometimes those uncles don't even do anything, Sometimes it's like, they just, man, it's like sometimes that sister is just, alone, just completely alone, right? And that man takes advantage of that. That's a coward, man. That's a coward. A man that puts hands on a woman, and really knows who to try. That's a coward, man. Right? That's a coward, and you have your judgment coming to you. Right? What's another way? Right? Another way is when what you say. That's another way of sinning, of what you say to one another, right? Some of you say certain things that you wouldn't say if you just were, I don't want to say sober, but really it's you just not emotional. You just give me what you got.
It's like, you want me to read the rest of that?
Actually, read the rest of that. Or actually, hold on to that. We'll come back to that. Go ahead.
I got the first one I found was Proverbs 21:23. Whosoever keepeth his mouth and his tongue keepeth his soul from troubles. His soul from troubles.
Right. Keep going.
Proud and haughty scorner is his who dealeth in proud wrath.
Right, in proud wrath. Right, keep going.
Okay, verse 25. The desire of the slothful killeth him, for his hands refuse to labor.
Right, so like that's not the one, right? Okay. You got go ahead, Prad. You got the other one?
So I got the one in James. I don't know if that's the one you're looking for.
Go ahead.
Yeah, James 1:26. If any man among you seem to be religious and bridleth not his tongue, deceiveth his own heart, this man's religion is vain.
Nah, I don't think that. The one I'm talking about the horse's bridle, right? It's like the horse's bridle, where, all right, for time's sake, I'm gonna just give it to you, right? That's what your tongue is. It's like the horse's bridle. You know what the horse's bridle is? Is that thing that steers the head of the horse, where basically going one way or the other. So whatever direction you take it, that's where the horse is going, right? That's the same thing with your tongue, right? With what you say, sometimes it's always going to be. That's really sometimes where problems come from, right? In a relationship. Go ahead.
I got it for you.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 32 and verse 9. Be ye not as the horse or as the mule, which have no understanding, whose mouth must be held in with bit and bridle, lest they come near unto thee.
Right. These horses, like these, they need basically to be restrained, right? And some of you, some of you are like these horses, where you need to be restrained. Especially some of you women, right? Some of you women need to learn how to just shut the fuck up. You need to learn how to just not say certain things, right? Just not even say certain things, not type certain things too, right? Not gossip about certain things. Like some of you females don't learn, right? Don't learn, right? You've gone through this. You've gone through this so many times, and it just you really don't learn, right? And keep going.
Salaki, whose mouth must be held in with bit and bridle, lest they come near unto thee. Many sorrows shall be to the wicked.
Many what?
Many sorrows shall be to the wicked.
Go ahead.
But he that trusteth in the Lord, mercy shall compass him about.
Right. Mercy shall compass him about. Right. Some of you don't even. It's like it. You hurt yourself. You really hurt yourself for the things that you say. Right. Things that you shouldn't really be saying, man. And you hurt you destroy your house. That's really what I'm trying to get to. Right. You destroy your house because of what you say. And some of you men, sometimes you emotional too. Sometimes you a little bitch too, and say certain things to think that you're basically one upping you above her by telling her this, right? Like you you really emotional. I learn how to if you really want to fix this relationship, take me back to where you were, Parag.
Carl, you want to go back to Ephesians?
Ephesians, con.
It's the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, and verse 26. Be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath.
Right. Be angry and sin not. Be angry and don't say the wrong thing, right? Especially to that woman, man. Be angry and sin not. Especially, and you too, you women too. Be angry and sin not. Don't go out and running your mouth and gossiping and doing this and that, right? Don't do that, man. And what was the rest of that?
Verse 27. Neither give place to the devil.
Right. It's like before that.
Oh, Salaki. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath.
Let the sun not go down upon thy wrath, right? Don't sit on that, man. Don't just, go to sleep, angry at each other. That's another thing, right? That's another mistake you do, right? Go to sleep angry with each other. First, you say all these things, right? That's the first thing you do. You say all these things that you shouldn't have been saying to each other. The second thing is you go to sleep on it. You just don't give a damn, right? You just don't give a damn. You don't know. You don't want to go to war. So what do? You just sleep on it, right? You don't fight for this relationship, right? It's your fault in the first place for choosing that relationship, right? You chose that woman. You chose that harlot. You chose that spittle, right? You chose that whatever you got with, right? You chose that, and now you can't deal with that. It just shows you lack responsibility. You lack you don't know how to make decisions, and you're not strong enough to make your own decisions, right? So when you come to the men of the Lord and they give you this counseling, take heed to that counseling, because you don't know. You have no wisdom, you have no understanding, right? You think you do because you just feel like, she's the one, because you just so lust, you full of lust, right? But really you don't know. You just so stupid to think that you're gonna fall for this woman, right? This woman ain't got what you need out. If she's hoeing, if she's saying certain things, sometimes too you gotta listen to this woman, to these females. You gotta listen to how they talk, right? They be basically snitching on themselves, right? If you really listen to them, if you listen to their conversation, right? If you just like that's the thing. Just listen to these females. Don't just be looking at them. Listen, ask questions. You know, uh, understand, get to know her is really what I'm trying to get at. Get to know these females, that female, right? Because if not, you gon' you gonna fall into something that you gonna regret, right? And all you can say is, or damn, or it's like that one. It's like that demon that comes in and then leaves as soon as it gets what it wanted,
Right.
right? It leaves, right? As soon as that demon's on you, like, ah, get with her. She bad. She this. Damn. Damn. That's all you thinking. It's like, damn, like, get it. But really, you fooling yourself. You fooling yourself into getting that wicked woman, that foolish woman that plucketh her house, right? And what does that make you? That makes you a wicked man. Because what did we just read? That you given to the same portion. And what am I trying to get to? I'm trying to get to have standards on. Have standards. Don't lower your standard. You're a priest and prophet. You're children of the Most High. Like you have to have standards, right? You have to have standards. Don't like a woman has to be worthy of slack, but your rod, right? A woman the woman that you're gonna choose has to be worthy of you. Let her work for you, right? I know in the world they do so much about you. You got to work for the woman, and all this and that. Damn that. You royalty out. You gonna protect her. You gonna guide her. You gonna save her life. You gonna save her life, right? Don't give it away just for spilling. Don't give it away just for crumbs. That whatever she got on, that's all crumbs out. That's nothing, right? Whatever you're looking at right now, that's nothing, right? But really get you a woman that's gonna give me that the one that in Proverbs, I believe, increase thy days. Let me see if I can find it before you guys. Mm. Man, there's so many other scriptures, man. You know what? Running out of time. Oh man. Man, for time's sake, you know what? See if I can find it here real quick. Man. Anyways, right? Understand this too. Man, I wish I had that scripture. Actually, let me just get this last scripture. I'll end it with this. Give me Ecclesiastes 7. Verse 25. Start at verse 25.
Comes the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, and verse 25. I applied mine heart to know and to search and to seek out wisdom.
To seek out what?
Wisdom.
Keep going.
And the reason of things.
And the reason of things, right? Why? The reason of things. Keep going.
And to know the wickedness of folly.
Right.
Even of foolishness and madness.
Right.
And I find more bitter than death.
Right. In the
woman.
Right. In the searching of wisdom, right? In the searching of all this wickedness, right? I find more bitter than death. What can be more bitter than death? What? Keep going.
The woman.
The woman. Go ahead.
Whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her.
Right. Whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her. Keep going.
But the sinner shall be taken by her.
Right. So, but the sinner shall be taken from her. Right. That portion. It's talking about that same portion again. Right. That woman that is trying to get you. Right. The same woman that was on Proverbs. Let me see if I can find it. Right. In Proverbs. In Proverbs 6 and 24, right? That woman that's trying to just get you, right? That woman that is that wicked woman, right? That woman who's already married, right? And she's trying that same woman like that Egyptian that Egyptian that was trying to get at Joseph, right? Con at Joseph. That's that woman. That's that same woman. Oh, that's a wicked woman, right? It's the same woman. That's that same woman at where? At wherever, right? At wherever you see her, right? That same woman, man. Don't get that woman, right? That woman is what? Is bitter than death, man. That woman is more bitter than death. Why? Because she's there to cause you to sin, man. Not only that, but imagine what else she can give you. A disease, right? She can destroy your body, man, just by being lustful, by being wicked, right? You want to be wicked, right? And get yourself a woman from another man, right? This woman is already married, right? And this woman is trying to jump on you, is trying to get with you, is texting you, is trying to, have you seen those videos where it's like, call your you guys are, but like it's like two girls, right? And they're like best friends, right? And one of them has the other best friend's phone number, and it's like, hey, call him up and see, if you guys can Netflix and chill. there's this dumbass, all right, and they thought he could play it off, right? It's like the woman said, basically that line, Netflix and chill. He said, hold on real quick, let me call you back. Calls her friend's right next to her, right? Calls his girl basically, hey, this and that. And it's like, and that girl's already married, right? That her friend already has a boyfriend, right? And it's like, and she over here making plans and this and that, and man, basically he gets into a whole mess, right? He gets into a whole mess, and now he's left with nothing, right? Because of the wickedness that he's trying to do, right? And that's gonna be you, right? That's gonna be you. You think that you don't like that. That's the thing, man. You don't know that woman that you deal with at home, right? That woman that you deal with at home, I sometimes that's the best thing that you have. I'm not saying that just stay with her, or just a man can have as much as as many as women as he can, right? There's no law against how much he can have, right? How many women did Paul have, right? He didn't have any. He had the what? He had one wife, that's for sure. Well, what was his wife?
The law.
The truth, right? It's truth, right? Give me a word. Give me that. Give me a all men, right? Where there'll come a day where men, those that have wives, be as though that have one, right? You know which one I'm talking about, right? Right, but my point is this, right?
I got it.
You got it? Okay, Con. Actually, hold on to that, right? My point is this, right? Don't get that woman, right? That woman that you have, it's like sometimes that woman that you have at home, and she better than what you trying to chase for. Or you understand what I'm saying? That woman that you trying to chase, she ain't all that. Right? That woman that you think is gonna be the one, I that shit ain't worth it. Right? That's that bitter than death. And really why I say that is because some brothers think that when they hear the truth, it's like, you can have more than one wife. And it's like that's all they think about. Oh, you can have more than one wife, boom, 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 boom. Right? It's like instantly they're already thinking about leaving that one woman because they think they can have another wife. Right? You're not ready for another relationship if you could barely deal with that woman. Right? What proves that you can't get another, you shouldn't get another wife, is how you deal with this woman. The way you deal with that one shows that you lack, you lack your duties as a man, as a husband, right? Go ahead.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse
It's
29.
like have a let Razan read.
Okay. Look at 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 29. But I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none.
Right. Both they that have wives be as they have none. Right? Keep going.
Come on. Verse 30. And they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not.
Right. Read the first part again.
Okay.
Con.
Verse 29. But I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they have wives be as though they had none.
Right. You're gonna be like, you're not gonna have a wife, right? You ain't gonna though you have wives, right? Though you have wives or wife, right? You're gonna be like you have none. Why? What first of all, what is your first wife? Go ahead.
The truth.
The truth, right? Right? Doing the work of the Lord, right? What happened to Ezekiel when he thought that his wife came before the truth, before the Lord.
The Lord took her away from him.
The Lord took her away from him, right? Same thing can happen to your wife, right? You think that your wife, you think that woman that you have at home, is more precious than the truth, more precious than the Most High, than the work of the Lord? Is she going? The Most High is going to show you that she is not what you think she is, right? She going to be, getting flowers. What's that holiday again? Oh man,
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day, right? Valentine's Day, right? She's gonna be getting flowers on Valentine's Day and chocolates, or she don't have that what they call a work boyfriend. You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
That's another thing too. That work boyfriend, right? That man, I'm telling you, like the world keeps getting creative and more creative with little things like these, right? Like these things, I don't know where they find these, right? And I don't know how men allow these things to happen, right? Especially if you and these women too, right? These women too, right? But she's gonna get flowers from him while you think you're still keeping the truth and you're still doing. You think you're in the truth, right? And you telling her not to celebrate all these things, and and little more, you don't want to go to the classes, you don't want to do all these things, you ain't paying your tithes, right? You ain't going to camp, you ain't doing these little things, right? You ain't showing up to class. That man that gives her flowers, she's gonna sleep with him, right? She's gonna sleep with him. Why? Because the Most High is gonna show you that woman ain't all that, because you chose that woman rather than the Most High, and it's gonna show. And that woman's gonna tell you. That woman's gonna cry, ball up in tears, and tell you, well, I'm gonna get into your whatever you believe in, and tell you all these nice things, right? And at the end of the conversation, right, she's gonna tell you, but under one condition, right? Under one condition, right? You just stay with me. What's your response in that? Right? What's your response in that when your woman over here trying to put boundaries on what the Most High says? Go ahead.
At that point, she can just hit the road,
Right, she could hit the road, right? But what would you tell her though?
That'd be what I tell her.
That's what you would tell her. Go ahead.
You saying I'm confused. So you saying if a woman, this is a woman that you're married to,
Right, this is a woman that you're married to,
and she's telling you that you can't have no more women.
right?
Yeah,
But with her, and she'll ride with you throughout the whole thing, on this.
But only under the condition that you do not have any more women.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the scriptures, like even Joshua said, "As for me and my house, we're gonna serve the Lord."
Right.
I'm not gonna put what a woman says above what the Lord says.
Right.
I'm not gonna put a woman's feelings above the Lord's feelings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the Lord say, you can rock on if you want to rock on. If I one day, I'm like me right now, I don't desire any more women.
Right.
But I'm not gonna tell my woman I'm never gonna get any more women. I'm not gonna tell my woman I'm never gonna have another wife.
Right. Thing
You
is,
never know.
You could hit her with that, or you could hit her with a scripture.
Done.
You could hit her with that or with a scripture. But understand this too. You shouldn't compromise your love for the Most High. Right. That's what the scripture says, right? You shouldn't compromise your love, or don't trim your ways, right, to seek the love of the Most High, right? You shouldn't try to. It's better that they seek to your authority or your courtesy than for you to seek to theirs. Why? Because they don't know no better. They don't know, right? But you do. You know. You in here, right? You in here, right? and that's another thing. Don't make that mistake. Don't make the mistake of thinking that, well, she stays with me. She gonna see the good of being in the school and this and that. Like, that woman already made her decision a long time ago. She made her decision. She gonna tell you all this, and she at the end of what it doesn't matter what you choose, she's still gonna leave you. She made her decision. She's not with the school. She's never gonna be with the school. She's not gonna be with the school, right? Don't fool yourself. First thing you want to do is don't compromise. Don't compromise the love of the Most High, right? Don't compromise this truth, right? Because that's how you create what? That's how you create what? Religions, right? That's how you create another religion. And really, she's starting the religion. You just following it out after. Same thing that what Adam did, right? You want to keep making the same mistakes as Adam? I mean, right? The Slaggy keep making Slaggy make the same mistake that Adam did. Follow it, obey his wife rather than serve the Most High. Right? Nah, don't do that. Don't trim your ways. Don't compromise this truth. Keep this, protect this. I'm telling you, protect this, right? Because this is your own. This is like really the way you want to see it is this is the only thing you have, right? Ain't nothing, ain't no love outside of here. Right? That woman can't give you, right? Ain't no love greater than the Most High, right? Serving the Most High, keeping the Most High by your side, and you doing the work of the Most High, and you doing what you're supposed to be doing, right? Being righteous, on that straight and narrow path, right? Don't think broad. Don't think just think straight and narrow. Just that's it. If anything, you could always call us. And if you don't know, always call a brother above you. Because there's always somebody else above you that has the answer. Right? That's the beauty of this school, man. You gonna get an answer. Ain't no cowards in here. Ain't no way of well, I think nah, nothing like that. There's a yes and a no. There's always a right and a wrong, right? There's always an answer to everything, right? You just gotta make sure you get the right counseling, man. That's why you gotta make sure that you stay on top of your game and don't choose a toxic relationship, man. Don't get into that relationship. I'm telling you, man. That's like, whoa. That's that. Keep going back to it, right? That foolish woman that plucketh her house, right? Or that bitter that's that more bitter than death. That's that dragon. That's that walking up a sandy hill. That's everything, man. That's like holding a scorpion in your hand. A poisonous scorpion in your hand. That's like, man, it's just so many scriptures that, I could go on and on, right? But, right, my point is seek the Most High and you'll avoid that, right? Be righteous and you'll avoid that, right? And with that, I pass the class over to priest and prophet Prod.
These are ISUPK security announcements with ISUPK. Start out on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. These are the rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world, and if they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to that brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which that brother and sister will court each other, and after that 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from their head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment, you can find this in Numbers 18 and 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. The word tithe means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashura. 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you, give it to the Treasury Department or to the teacher. Priest funds, which are free will offerings for the priest, they're not mandatory, but they're whatsoever amount that you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, November 28th, we'll have the Feast of Dedication, otherwise known as Hanukkah. All right? Also, make sure if you come into the physical school location, GPS your way to the school to help boost our stats on Google. Also, Google search ISUPK Arizona and go visit our website. We have our own personal website where we have our own updates and events listed on there for just specific to Arizona. All right, make sure also if anybody wants to be a trooper in the school, make sure you start wearing all black. That includes black boots, black shirt, black pants, and black headband and scarf. And with that, we're going to get a teacher one courtesy salute out the class. Benefit Drive Majum, which means to stand. Benefit Drive Majum Shabbat. Amaju, Barak. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Rakatam.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Rakatam.
Yadu Matah. Class is mixed.